Okay, so in this practice example, what we're going to do is I'm going to pull out the Aussie New Zealand 15 minutes right here that we have, and I'm going to spice things up a little bit. I think this should give you a good practice here, okay? So I want you to focus very carefully. These videos are available to you to watch again and again and again if need be. Pause, rewind, watch, pause, rewind, watch, rewatch, and rewatch, and rewatch. Mastery. Remember that. You're going to hear that word again and again. Mastery. Okay, so let's continue with this one. Now look at this one here. Okay, so by this time you've probably mastered the idea of the buyer's area and the seller's area, right? So the buyers are coming up here, no higher high sequences, and then it breaches above, so your line's right there. Then the buyers are going up, holding, breach. And as they breach higher, they breach this area, right? Once they've breached this area, we're looking at, okay, once they breached this area, they kept going higher and higher and higher, but then they never made a higher high after this. Look very carefully. That's the spot. That's a faker. He never made a higher high, and he starts coming back down. Now, remember, this is the breach zone, and the guy who is responsible for the breach, this fellow here. So we're looking at two spots. Now, very carefully watch this and how we anticipate a range. So we got zone number 1, okay? First touch. Second, okay, we're unaware it's a range right now. Up until this stage, until the second touch, this is a trend. Okay, this is a trend up until this stage. I'm going to move it further. Prices start coming down, down. Notice how it breaches right below this area. It's like, whoa, it even broke down the guy who started it all. It not just went through the breach, but even lower. Mentality of the world is it's a sell. Markets jump right back up. Now that they jump right back up, it's like, someone is here. Well, maybe it's our same guy. Let's bring our line down to here. And maybe it's our same guy. So he made a lower low, but then he jumped right back. Incident. Incident number 3. Ooh, sorry. Incident number 3. That's part number 3. Now we're starting to work with, hey, maybe we're working with what we call a range. So we're going to drag our line across from the top and say, well, that's our upper limit. Our lower limit is down here. I can't buy it yet because look at that strength. There's no way. I understand this whole thing is like in the buyer's territory still. I understand that it's probably developing into a range, so I want to get down as close as possible. Okay? So we're watching it carefully, piece by piece. Okay? Sellers, pull back, sellers, pull back, sellers, pull back, sellers again. And then when we see these sellers coming in, we're like, okay, slowing down because this is a sharp retracement. Goes down again, same spot, but jumps back how much percentage now? For those of you who are saying 100% either in your mind or out loud, preferably out loud, that's the best way to learn. But even if you're saying in your mind, good. We're seeing momentum fade. But remember, there's that miniature sell zone here. Still seller's territory, because the guy who started it all is here. But if that's the case, and we know it's a range, we can't wait to breach that area and buy it up here, because then we're not anticipating, we're participating. Right? Keeping that in mind, we still want to activate somewhere down below, as if we want. Watching how the buyers come in hot and the sellers are giving up the rein, we want to see the sellers give it a one last attempt. They're coming in. Same down towards the same area again. Comes down, slows down here. Candle by candle by candle by candle. It's not 1, 2 drop, 3, 4 rise. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 side. It's maintaining grounds in this area as a higher low. You know, the signs of an uptrend. It's the first sign of an uptrend. Okay, as we watch this, the movement starts to pick up. It starts to pick up. Now you're getting signs of, hey, looks like the buyers are back. Now we want to be close to this purple line as possible to be able to ride as much as we can. But we know there is a problematic area here where the breach happened and here. So we're going to watch these areas carefully. If once we hit the buys from here, we're going to watch those areas carefully. But the target is to hit it back to the range because we know the range is alive without the fourth touch. Okay, so we're going to keep going. Reaction, 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 holding. Notice as this buyer is coming here, he's holding grounds. Holding, 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 holding. And here comes the buyer. First area of reaction, there. Okay? Big wick tries to get through, smacks back down. But if you remember from your last lesson, look at the strength of this buyer. Would you say he's still healthy, this rubber band man who's running? He ran this far, but he got smacked down this far. That doesn't mean he's dead. Let's see what he's got. He goes again. He rests very little in that zone. And then he takes off. Okay? Takes off and he gets back to the near top area where he does his halts again. Now, I hope you've understand a bit with how I look at ranges personally. Okay, I don't look at ranges as, well, what we discussed, this sideways movement. Here's like, that little itty bitty thing there is a range. No, it's a range if you're looking at that on the 1 minute. But I'm not interested in that range. I'm interested in, tell me a story. Tell me a story of why it's a range. Don't give me 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, it's a range, and then I'll get in when the whole world gets in. No, I want to step ahead. I want to be better than everybody else. That's the reason why we're Forex watchers and urban Forex, right? We're trying to be better than everybody else. If you want to be better than everybody else, you need to step up the game, right? Okay, so let's do some more examples and it will get more and more clear. We're going to do this a little bit now. We're going to step it up a little bit like military style, like the way I train my elite members. So we're going to do trading practice after practice after practice. And I'm going to walk you through, and this time you're going to verbalize it out loud or think about it in your mind as I scroll through the charts. And you want to think, is this a buy? Is this a sell? Is this a range? And how is it developing? Okay? We're going to move on to the next video.